Okay, right. So I'm from Max International, and Max International have been around for the past 15 years. So in 2022, that is this year, we are celebrating our 15th anniversary. There are not very many multi-level marketing companies that can continue to do business after 15 years. So Max International is one of them. All right. So my name is Robert E. Chan, as Joel has introduced you. And then I would like to thank the mentors and scientists who have guided me in my undertaking to seek proficiency in my theories of glutathione for the past 10 years. So I've been reading and studying about glutathione for the past 10 years. So the contents of this presentation do not constitute medical advice. I always say this in advance. And so they are not instructions, okay? And they do not represent the policies of Max International. Now, where possible, I have included citations to reference the original source materials. This is to ensure that the information that you're getting is not from something that I see from a Max International brochure. You know, these citations are all from PubMed. Okay, so this evening, I will share with you the knowledge that I've acquired in the last 10 years. So today is the 7th of September, and this evening, I'm going to discuss with you about the disinformation about oral glutathione supplementation. Now, there is a difference between disinformation and misinformation. Okay, misinformation is dissimilar. Disinformation, all right, means the willful spread of false information. That means fake information, and people are pushing it so that it becomes real information. This is very, very dangerous as far as supplementation is concerned. I'll explain to you why this is so. Okay, misinformation is when you are not sure if the information is correct, but you still mention it. So giving false information should not be the way. Now, there are many types of glutathione on the market at the present moment because of this disinformation. All right, oral L-glutathione, oral glutamyl cysteine, liposomal, even S-acetyl-glutathione. Anything and everything that is associated with glutathione, somebody will come up with something. All right, this is something that is not very good, because I've recently come into contact with some of the people in countries in Indochina, you know, and India and Bangladesh, you know, and the information that have been given, or the piecing of information that people use, you know, when they look through the internet, because everybody wants to Google something, you know, all right, oh, don't worry, I will go and check it myself. And then what they do is that they piece together the information that had been given falsely and take it as the gospel truth, and they consume some of this glutathione, this commercially produced glutathione, and it has been detrimental to their health. Now, so we have, of course, whey protein, milk thistle that are genuine, okay, that are genuine glutathione precursors. And finally, we have two cysteine delivery system. I call them cysteine delivery system because they deliver the cysteine to our body. All right. This evening, I'm not going to go into talking about free radicals and all that, but I'm going to change so that we are more focused, you know, and we can understand the subject more clearly without deviating, you know, and bringing up information that you already know. All right. So cysteine delivery system means that these two compounds actually deliver the cysteine that is required to produce the glutathione in our cells directly to the cells. right? So there is no glutathione in N-acetylcysteine. There is no glutathione in ribosine. Gremlins. Okay, so let me just, I hope you can hear Dr. Robert Keller, a triple board certified physician, America's top physician from 2003 to 2008, named one of the world's top 2,000 outstanding scientists. Okay, this is what he says about oral glutathione. That means supplementing with commercially produced glutathione. Oh, okay. I think you didn't hear that, right? Did you hear that? Let me see if I can do something about it. Share some. Okay, maybe I should go back again. You know, because it is very important for you to understand what Dr. Robert Keller said.
If you use a glutathione
Can you hear them now?
it will be destroyed in your stomach before it is absorbed in your body.
And even if glutathione could reach the cells, the glutathione molecule is simply too big and heavy to pass through the cell membrane.
Look at it this way. You've got a hole this big and a substance this big. It doesn't fit in very well.
Okay, so as Dr. Robert Keller said, the glutathione molecule is too big, so it cannot go into our cells. Now, this is not something that Dr. Robert Keller invented. You know, glutathione was discovered in 1888, 134 years ago. 66 years after the discovery of glutathione in 1954, Dr. Alton Meister, you know, a Harvard graduate and a trained MD at Cornell Medical College in New York, and his science team for 26 years, he and his science team did further studies on glutathione until the 1980s. And this is documented in the Journal of Biological Chemistry. 63 of his published papers on glutathione suggest that the systemic bioavailability of oral glutathione is negligible, which means, in layman terms, that if you take oral glutathione, it doesn't work, okay? So there's no increase in glutathione in many tissues. Most cells cannot take up glutathione directly. And glutathione is catabolized in our GI, our gastrointestinal tract. So scientists everywhere know, the majority of the scientific and medical community regard oral, dermal, and IV glutathione as ineffective, expensive, and even dangerous methods of increasing intracellular glutathione. That means commercially produced glutathione should not be taken, okay? However, there are so many brands, all right? You have IV glutathione, which is unsafe because after you get the IV, right, you get skin rashes, deranged thyroid function, kidney failure, abdominal pain, Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and toxic epidermal necrosis. But doctors, pharmacists, you go to the pharmacy, you still see it there. All right, something is not right. Okay, oral glutathione is metabolized in our digestive system, so it is completely useless. But everybody still sells the product. Some of them even go to the extent of selling intravenous directly to consumers. You have glutathione capsules, tablets, they don't work, but it is sold. But selling something and assuring that it works doesn't gel, okay? And you're talking about even small packages, to whiten your skin. Even now, people are suggesting you have L-glutathione together with vitamin C. If you take vitamin C, the glutathione molecule is too big to get into the cell, but in this specific way, right? The glutathione actually combines with the vitamin C and it gets into the cell. This is utter rubbish. There is no scientific evidence for that. So this is what has actually happened, all right? That if your glutathione is created outside the cell, in this instance, it is commercially produced glutathione, it actually breaks into the component parts that make up glutathione, which is glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine. Because when glutathione is outside the cell, it can only survive in the cell for 1.6 to 15 minutes. All right? So glutathione must be synthesized intracellularly to be bioavailable, meaning it must be produced inside the cell for it to be effectively used by our body. Okay, so extracellular cysteine, this is a problem when glutathione breaks up in our body, in plasma, all right? What actually happens is that cysteine oxidizes into cysteine, and in the process, toxic byproducts and excessive homocysteine is created. And this is associated with cardiovascular, neuropsychiatric illnesses, compromised immune system. So some people may not understand this. But if you take oral glutathione in the beginning, it doesn't work. So automatically you'll be thinking, what if I increase the dosage? So you start increasing the dosage from 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams, and sometimes for the IV, they even go as high as 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams. All right. So that is when things like this happen to our body: swelling of the lower soft tissue underneath the skin, the lips, the face, around the eyes, swelling and swelling of the deep layers of the skin are some of the possible symptoms of allergic cysteine reaction. Okay, so you have too much cysteine in your body instead of cysteine, so you get some of these problems. And this is exactly what happened recently to one of my consumers from Bangladesh, the wife. Who all the brands, she was taking 4 or 5 brands of different glutathione, everything. It was glutathione with cysteine, L-glutathione, liposomal glutathione, and she was mixing and matching. And then what actually happened? She had swollen, sunken eyes, and then fatigue, all of the symptoms which points to an allergic reaction to cysteine. Okay, so this goes on, and when I informed the consumer about it, he's saying that, but why is it that nobody tells us about these sort of things? I say, yes, because you piece the information that you get from the internet. All right, you piece together the information. And the reason why you piece together the information is because we have a complete network of antioxidant defense system found in every cell, which includes glutathione, alpha-lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, vitamin C, vitamin E. This makes up our whole makeup of antioxidants that we have inside our body. They are the foundation of our body. So this similar 5 network antioxidants, glutathione, coenzyme Q10, vitamin C, alpha-lipoic acid, vitamin E. You can see from here that glutathione is by far the most used antioxidant inside our body. So automatically, everybody jumps on the bandwagon because vitamin C has been played to death already, all right? Because vitamin C has been going on for so long, we only require 80 to 90 milligrams of vitamin C, but when you go to the pharmacies, you will find 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C because they are trying to make sure that vitamin C can take the place of the master antioxidant that you lack of. That's glutathione. And so it is the most required glutathione, most required antioxidant that we have inside our body. And even research, as far as research is concerned, until the 7th of September 2022, you can see 170,709 research papers. Scientists have been doing research on this since 1983, all right, when records were kept. And every single day, there are more than 11.1. That means, let's say put it at 11. For the past 39 years, every day, 11 citations or 11 research papers are handed over to PubMed. So you can imagine, this is a gold mine, all right? Glutathione is a gold mine. And just to let you know, glutathione, in whatever form it is, even the forms that don't work, it's almost a $200 million US business. So everybody jumps on the bandwagon. But if you look carefully at the people who are producing all these products, you don't find the top medical companies doing this. Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, they don't make glutathione, all right? It's only the small little companies, that produce some of the products, maybe in the US, some of them produce it in Europe, some of them in China, and these are all not known producers. So they're just making it for the sake of making it, and they say, all right, it does work. So if you take one capsule, all right, maybe less than 10% of it actually works, but it still works, right? So you are actually wasting your money. So what does this miracle molecule do to us? It is the most abundant antioxidant that we have inside our body. It recycles itself and other antioxidants. It protects our DNA in the nucleus of our cell and the mitochondrial DNA of the cell. So it protects our cell. Right? It lets in the correct amount of nutrients. It protects the immune cell by acting as signaling molecule. This is very important that glutathione does this. It signals to the cell that you require to take certain amino acids or certain nutrients from your plasma. Okay, so if you have too much, there is no signaling for it to be absorbed. So it doesn't just go into our cell. Our cells are regulated. It combats intracellular inflammation and limits the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, or what we call protein markers. So it actually helps us to reduce inflammation. All right. It works to expel bacteria, viruses, and poisons. So it protects against environmental and chemical toxins. I assure you, there are people who are listening, right, to what we write here or what we mention at Max International. And they are reproducing or rejecting, they're spitting out exactly what we're saying and writing it into their information that they have on the web pages, right? So we have a major sequestering agent of heavy metals, especially mercury. It reduces lipid peroxidase. We know it reduces the polyunsaturated fats. Okay, all of these things glutathione does. Besides, it maintains the structural integrity of our cell and organelle membranes. It is our cell gatekeepers. All right, this is the important part. Why? Glutathione from within the cell can be expelled from the cell to produce the 3 amino acids that is maybe required by other cells. But this gateway cannot consume or cannot accept glutathione molecule as a whole component. This is the reason why. This is the reason why oral glutathione doesn't work. All right. So you have to take large quantities of it. So large quantities of glutathione, commercially produced glutathione, say 500 milligrams, and maybe less than 50 milligrams of it actually is absorbed somehow into your cell. The rest of it remains inside our system and it is converted into cystine. So now you see the problem, okay, that this is actually happening. But the pharmacists don't tell you this, all right? The doctors who are promoting glutathione don't tell you this. It's only the people who know. You read in all the articles, glutathione as a molecule is very badly absorbed by our cells. Every article, every citation that you go in and read will tell you this. But since that is so, why are they still putting glutathione commercially produced outside of the body? All right. And they tell you, they claim that it works so well. And normally, all right, normally what they will tell you is that, oh, it's going to take 6 months to 9 months to a year before it becomes effective. So this is the problem because glutathione is so popular, okay? And I heard that Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, sooner or later, they're going to jump on the bandwagon. They're going to jump on the bandwagon to sell commercially produced glutathione. This is why it's going to happen. So it's going to be even more confusing. All right? So all of these things that glutathione does, it helps us to sleep, it raises our hemoglobin so that we have more oxygen inside our body. So when you have more glutathione, you breathe better. You feel more energetic. These are the things that glutathione does. And ultimately, it's anti-aging molecule in our body. So who doesn't want to jump on this bandwagon? So it is important sometimes that we step back. All this disinformation, things that the producers, the people who are producing this from China, from Japan, they know that it doesn't work. But still they produce it and they put it on the shelves so that you decide for yourself if it is worth your while to take the product. It is very unfair. However, it's a free world, So if you don't want to be educated about glutathione, then you're going to have a problem, all right? So, the bad news is glutathione levels drop by 10 to 15% every 10 years. And after age 50, it accelerates even more. Okay? So when you're 20, your glutathione levels drop every 10 years by 10, 15%. And when you reach age 40, your oxidative stress compounds the situation. And then after that, after 60, 70 years old, it goes downhill. Now, scientists have discovered that the cells dysfunction, cellular dysfunction, is set in as early as 30% reduction of your glutathione, which is for normal people around 50 years old. So if you're 50 years old, be very, very sure that you are not misguided by what you read. All right. Yes, your English may be the best. You may be science-based. All right. But when you read the citations on PubMed, They don't tell you how they administer the glutathione. This is the problem. Is it orally administered? Is it using a syringe? All right. Is it directly into the area where the illness is? All right. We are taking orally. All right. So you have some pain and somebody tells you that you increase your glutathione is going to make it better. So you take a commercially produced glutathione capsule, it goes into your stomach, and you imagine that it's going to go to the place that is going to help you. From what I read, I don't think so. Okay. What is important is that you must make sure that your glutathione is produced inside the cell, so that it becomes the gatekeeper. It regulates your cells, your nucleus, to transfer what is required to the cells where it is required. Not the glutathione floating around in your body and going to your brain or going, no, it doesn't work like that. All right. It's as simple as that. So what do? You know, what do you do if you come, when you have a situation like this? Please, all right, for goodness sake, we are in 20 countries and we have more than 1 million associates worldwide. All right. All of them are just as well versed as me in explaining about glutathione and why oral glutathione doesn't work. All right. They may not be able to have the information that I have, but the gist of it is that you must get a cysteine delivery system and not just take the commercial glutathione. So this is where we are today, right? The man who created our product, 25 years of research, 36 years in total, 42 peer-reviewed articles. All right. The person who created acetyl glutathione, we don't even know who he is. All right. It's just something that is put on L-glutathione. Right. Who came up with the concept to produce a bottle of L-glutathione capsule for everybody to consume? So for Herbert T. Nagasawa, person who invented our ribosine, he's 95 years old. The proof of concept for this product was published in 1987. So it's quite some time, right? It's been quite some time. So it's the most advanced cysteine delivery system. It is even better than N-acetylcysteine. And N-acetylcysteine is actually a drug that is used by doctors in certain cases where you get an overdose of paracetamol. That is what it is normally used for. It is not an approved supplement. Okay. So what did our good Dr. Herbert T. Nagasawa do? What he has done is that he's got ribose and cysteine, the cysteine that turns into cysteine if it was left alone. He used the cover-up molecule of ribose, protect the sulfur group, sends the thing to our cell. When this thing is absorbed, when ribosine is absorbed into our cells, it is because the cells sense that it is ribose. It is a simple sugar that is required to produce ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, in our cell. And with this production of the ATP, the cysteine combines with glutamic acid and glycine, using the same adenosine triphosphate to produce glutathione at 828% more than your commercially produced oral glutathione. All right. In fact, it's been clinically proven that ribosine is 828% more effective than L-glutathione. Even whey protein at 33% and N-acetylcysteine, the medicine or the drug that is used by doctors, is only at 276%, more than your oral glutathione. So you know, the facts are there. But if you continue to buy, right, if you are thinking of whitening your skin, it's okay, no problem. Carry on, it won't hurt you. But if you try and accelerate it by taking more and more, and when you are sick, you think that it's going to help you cure your illness, you will be sadly mistaken. All right. So ribosine is 300% more effective in raising glutathione compared to N-acetylcysteine. So ribosine is 36 years of research, more than 20 top scientists and collaborators behind ribosine development. Okay. All of them are stated here. It's not done by one person. It's not just done by Herbert T. Nagasawa. It's a collaboration from all of these scientists. And we have a patent. We have a patent for ribosine. All right. It's not L-glutathione. Nobody can register L-glutathione. It cannot be done. However, our product is registered because what we state is that it's a method to enhance the delivery of glutathione and ATP levels in cells. So this is a cysteine delivery system. We deliver the cysteine into the cell to produce the glutathione together with the ATP, as I've explained to you just now. This is the patent that we have. All right. And this is your guarantee that you will increase your glutathione inside your cell. Glutathione, for your information, cannot be produced outside of your cell. There is no ATP outside of your cell. There is no potassium. There is no magnesium outside your cell to help the production of glutathione. It doesn't, it's like frying a bowl of a wok of noodles. All right, you take the thing and you put it on the table and you fry and you see what will become of your noodles when you fry it on the table. Okay, so this is what it's all about. The before and after using Max products. We have healthy people, levels of glutathione 123, all right, as a mark. When they use our product for more than 6 months, their glutathione level increased by 2.6 times. But when you are sick, say for example with HIV, your glutathione level increased even more because of your sickness. Your glutathione levels has dropped. So when you use the products that we have, it actually is 4 times more effective in raising glutathione. So the more sick you are, I always tell my consumers this: if you are very sick, you will see an immediate reaction when you take our product. If you are healthy like an ox, okay, you'll probably see a much less increase in glutathione levels, right? So you can see from here, right? Those people who are not so sick, the number of times that you can increase your glutathione level, it tapers off. Now, what if you stop taking the product? For those of you out there who have taken the product and after a while think that it is no use, we don't need this, after 2 months, you have stopped. Your glutathione level drops. But it has not dropped to what it was before. All right, you can see from here 62 and from here 74 compared to originally it was 61. So this goes to show that if you are taking our supplements, our ribosine, the cysteine delivery system, not glutathione, right? Not glutathione. We're not selling glutathione. So if you're taking the product and you produce the glutathione, your glutathione levels will continue to be high. I have been taking Max 1, Celgevity, for the past 10 over years. In a few months' time, it's going to be 11 years. Why do I continue to take the product? Because I have read the science. I know what it will do, all right? Faster recovery, my hair grows faster. Everything is on the up and up. So what do we have? We have ribosine in Max 1, 100% pure ribosine is available. If you need more information, please contact the person or that you know of who is a Max associate and get additional information, including the prices. I'll just briefly go through. All right. And we also have in Malaysia, Celgevity, which is ribosine plus 12 other ingredients or nutrients in a capsule. All right. This is by far our flagship product, Celgevity. Now, so how do you get started? Max is here. We are here to support you. We're here, and we offer you the best opportunity to build your business and realize all your hopes and dreams from the comfort of your home using technology, if you want, and more so, right? So there are 9 ways to earn income. You can retail the product. You can get preferred customer, and you can even get fast start income. But talk to the person who introduced you, or if you happen to come upon this presentation, contact the person who is nearest to you, and then they should be able to explain in detail to you how to go about becoming a Max associate and how to become an active member of Max International. So these are the prices. The main one that you must be looking at is 253 each. If you buy 2 bottles, it is each, all right? It's not 253 for 2 bottles, right? Then we have the other packages, all right, whether it's a 90-day challenge, 8 bottles, or the premium pack. And for Celgevity, we have 275 each, or 550 for 2 bottles. And we have the 90-day challenge for 6 bottles, professional pack at 8 bottles, premier pack at 16 bottles. If you want to try, there are some promotions that we have. You can always approach our people, right? So your life today is the result of your attitude and decisions of the past. It is very important for you to remember this, all right? The decisions and your attitude. All right, if you want to listen to the people who are out there to make your money, who are not genuinely looking after your health, you will be able to see what's going to happen to you. So your life tomorrow will be the result of the decision that you're going to make today. All right, so life is a decision. So make sure you make the right decision, because it is so important these days. Misinformation is nothing compared to disinformation, deliberate fake information that is fed to you to make your money, to confuse you, and it will continue. All right. So we have the Karens, we have so many different types of people out there who are out, to take advantage of you, the scammers. So be careful. Make sure that you are well-versed in whatever it is. Now, as far as our products are concerned and glutathione, you're free to contact any of our associates, and we will be able to look and explain to you what we actually have. All right. So stay, well, maybe not stay home now, just stay safe and well. I heard that the masks are coming off, okay, in certain places, but just make sure that if you are older, make sure you have your mask put on. And to all of you, live long and prosper. Thank you very much.